on your side. This is WNCT 9 News at 11.
Location is definitely everything on an evening like tonight. Take a look at what's going on. Not much right now in Jacksonville. Earlier today, though, big thunderstorms moving through the state of North Carolina. Our own Max Claypool out tracking the storms earlier today, taking some impressive storm pictures. And right now, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Bertie, for Hertford, for Northampton, and also that is a cluster of thunderstorms connecting to a line in Halifax County, too. All of that is dropping off to the south and east. You see all the different lightning strikes there, some Boeing segments in some of these lines indicating some potential for a very strong wind gust. Also heavy thunderstorms moving through Raleigh. If these continue on their current trajectory, they will eventually be affecting portions of Wayne County, perhaps Greene and Lenoir County too. We've had a lot of hail reported with these storms today. Our hail signatures have been very impressive at times, so it's going to take several more hours before that line swings all the way through. That's why a weather alert day continues through the overnight. We'll have the details coming up. The longest running newscast in the East starts now.
The House has overridden the governor's veto and the bill becomes law, notwithstanding the governor's objections.
And we begin tonight with that vote in Raleigh. Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Watlington.
And I'm Angie Casada. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
The State House voting tonight to override Governor Roy Cooper's veto of Senate Bill 20.
Let's quickly get to Courtney Courtwright, who is live in the studio for us. So, Courtney, what does this mean?
Angie and Ken, lots of information here. Now that Senate Bill 20 is law, it would ban most abortions after 12 weeks. There are some exceptions, including rape, fetal abnormalities, and when the mom's life is at risk. The law was passed by both the State House and the Senate today. It comes after Governor Roy Cooper vetoed the bill over the weekend. Now, Republican Speaker of the House Tim Moore is reacting. He says he's proud the House overrode the governor's veto. He said in a statement, in part that you see right there on your screen, quote, Senate Bill 20 will save lives and provide needed support for women and families while putting North Carolina's abortion law in line with most of the rest of the free world, end quote. Democratic Governor Roy Cooper releasing a statement on Twitter. You see that right there on your screen, saying in part, North Carolinians now understand that Republicans are unified in their assault on women's reproductive freedom, and we are energized to fight back on this and other critical issues facing our state. He does go on to say he will continue doing everything I can to protect abortion access in North Carolina because women's lives depend on it. Republican legislative leaders needed every GOP member of the Senate to vote in favor of overriding the governor's veto. Before the 12-week ban became law, abortion was legal up until 20 weeks after conception. Live in the studio, Courtney Courtwright, 9 on your side.
Courtney, thank you. And as these votes happen, crowds gathered outside the chambers in Raleigh to rally in support and against the bill. Supporters praising the restrictions along with the funding for child care provided in the bill. Those against it protested outside with a drag queen story time, calling for more women's and LGBTQ rights.
Back here in the East, officials in Morehead City are investigating a fire at a mobile home. They say it happened this afternoon on Bridges Street around 3. No injuries were reported. No one was in the home at the time of the fire. Investigators say the home is a total loss. The cause is still under investigation.
And investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a large fire at the Traybrook apartment complex here in Greenville. Greenville Fire Rescue and other organizations determined the fire started on a second-floor balcony, but they're still trying to figure out an exact cause. GFR says 24 units were impacted by the fire. Right now, East Carolina University, the apartment complex, and the American Red Cross are all working to help those impacted find housing options.
With the immediate financial assistance, they're able to use that for however they deem necessary at that particular moment. We are working closely with East Carolina because a lot of the individuals that were affected are students at the Brody School of Medicine or the nursing programs.
ECU says campus housing is an option for some students if it's needed. The apartment complex says others are staying with family and friends or have been placed in hotels.
New at 11, Kinston City officials are moving forward with plans to provide more animal services in Lenoir County and add resources to help reduce loud noise in the city.
9 on your sides, Caitlin Richards joins us in the studio after listening to that meeting tonight. So, Caitlin, what's the latest?
Two specific items on that agenda passed. The first is adopting a resolution to authorize the mayor of Kinston to execute an interlocal agreement for animal control services in Lenoir County. This is a story we've been continuing to follow. It's an ongoing issue around stray animals and other animals needing immediate help in Kinston. Kinston Police Chief Keith Goyette proposed a consolidation of animal control services with Lenoir County during a previous council meeting. Tonight, the motion was passed, which means the next steps will be for the county to make the decision to move forward. If everything gets voted on appropriately, changes are expected to take place around August.
I just think it's a wonderful opportunity for our citizens here in Kinston to have a 3 to 5 member team who specializes in animal control as compared to a police officer in charge of animal control. I think it's just a great opportunity for our citizens.
The next item on the agenda, which was also passed, is consideration of adopting tools to measure loud or unnecessary noise. Chief Goyette says right now if he's dispatched to a loud noise ordinance complaint, it's up to him to decide if it's too loud or not. Moving forward with the approval from the council, they'll be able to record what's loud.
So now when our supervisors are dispatched to a call at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm at home in bed, those supervisors are able to make those decisions appropriately. There's a measuring device. You know what the noise level is supposed to be. This way you can enforce that action or not. It just depends on what the decibel is.
Goyette adds this would help with residential districts. For more information on both of these items that were passed tonight, we have that information on our website at WNCT.com. In studio, Caitlin Richards, 9 on your side.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. Tomorrow, Onslow County school officials are holding another meeting with parents about possible redistricting. This will impact students at Dixon High School. Officials want your thoughts on several different maps that they have for this redistricting plan. This is the second meeting. The first happened last week. The meeting starts at 6 o'clock again tomorrow evening at Dixon High School.
Beginning next year in Greenville, the Great Bus System and East Carolina University Transit Services will be providing on-demand public transportation. After studying the bus system, city officials found ways to shorten a 60-minute route to 30 minutes by using an app or mobile phone requesting a ride within a certain area to catch a fixed bus route. This new plan will have 5 fixed bus routes and 5 on-demand routes with the lowest ridership. The route includes the Medical District, ECU's campus, and neighborhoods east of campus.
Now to an update on a busy road in Greenville. The section of Dickinson Avenue between South Skinner and 14th Street is back open. Construction started there last summer and hit a few roadblocks. Just a few weeks ago, the construction company working on the project had to pause work. The NCDOT worked with the company to finish the section, but now they're not sure when the next part of the 7-phase project will continue. The NCDOT said in a statement to us, quote, "At this time, we do not have a definitive date on when the next section will temporarily close for reconstruction. We know how important this corridor is to the community, and we will continue to reach out to the business community before another section is to close," end quote.
A 9-year-old child who was abducted from an Illinois suburb nearly 6 years ago was found safe in North Carolina over the weekend. Asheville police say they responded to a business on Westgate Parkway Saturday where an employee recognized the girl, Kayla Unibon, from her missing poster. Kayla's mother, Heather, is accused of abducting her during a camping trip in Illinois back in July of 2016. Officials say Kayla has now been reunited with her father. Heather Unibon has been extradited to Illinois, where she now faces child abduction charges.
Several counties now under severe thunderstorm warnings in eastern North Carolina. We'll straighten out all the details and show you when the storms will end coming up next.